How's it going, guys? Yeah, I decided to pretty much just redo this video because the last time I posted it, I was like, "What's going on, bros?" Like, people don't think they understood it, but a couple of people did. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do tips and tricks on the jets today, and I was using the A10 Warthog, and the Warthog shoots kind of low. The Frogfoot shoots a little high. The Q5 shoots pretty straight and it shoots 2 streams of bullets. So that's pretty much what you need to know about them. I prefer the Q5 Phantom. I think it's probably the better of the 3 or 4 jets that there are. I can't really confirm that. I don't really check out the stats, but it feels like it turns better and stuff like that. But yeah, so tips that I can give you to do well in attack jets. When approaching boats or enemies like this, you wanna slow right down. So hold down on your joystick. I don't know what your controls are, but there should be a button to just like decelerate. I play on the PS4, so for me, I just hold back on my left analog stick, and I'll slow my guy right down. You don't want to stall. Like I'm pretty much stalled out right here, but it's okay if you do, as long as you're not too low to the ground. You could whip around. A map I'd recommend is Parasol Storm. I mean, I'm not the best jet pilot, and like not at all. And I was lucky enough to have Jace here. He was flying in a stealth jet. So if you have someone who could fly decent and can kind of be your wingman and keep other helis or other vehicles off you and whatnot, definitely want to do that. But I'd recommend Parasol Storm, because if the enemy team, if you're undisputed in the sky, and the enemy team is putting up AC-130s and bringing boats and Venoms, they're pretty much just easy targets once you get the hang of shooting the 30mm. You can see I'm bringing up the big map there. So for me, I do that. I check the scoreboard. So you hold down the options button, and then you hit R1, and that'll switch it to the big map. And every time you check every time you would like check your score, if you hit start or whatever, it'll bring up your map, and that helps you locate where vehicles are and stuff. But yeah, another thing is you definitely want to get better with the gun itself. Look at that roadkill. That was just such lucky bullshit right there. You want to get good using the actual cannon on the gun, not the heat seekers, because that's what jet fighting really comes down to in battlefield or dogfighting. So you want to, in first person, well, in the A10, I like aiming down sights when I'm shooting at vehicles, because I don't really know how the stream goes in third. But in the Q5 Phantom, you can pretty much see where your bullets are going, so you could fly in third person. I'd recommend that for dogfighting, because that's the way you want to go. You could get shots off when you're on a hard bank or something, and kind of dance around. Yeah, see, I'm trying to shoot in third person there. Another roadkill. I'm just gonna knock this fucking this game. But yeah, as you can see, I was trying to shoot in third person, but I was not being successful, so I switched back to first. Dogfighting itself is a whole different machine you gotta kind of figure out. First of all, it depends on the pilots that are in the sky, and like I said, I'm not the best pilot, but there are some guys who are ridiculous, and you just don't even want to fly against them. Fly against people who can fly, but they're not necessarily a threat to you unless they're gonna smash into you with their jet, and that is a threat. But yeah, fly around, and to like do little fast turns, you kind of have to pull down on the left analog stick, and then as you're slowing down, you push forward and you'll like ease into a little bit of a quick turn. It's kind of strange to explain, but you'll know when you do it because you'll be turning much quicker. And for the loots, I don't really have a strategy for getting out of dogfights. I normally just loop and head back towards my spawn. And if you have someone on your team that you can communicate with, you could tell them to spot the vehicle that's on your ass, and you could bring it over to the anti-air vehicle, and it'll light them up because it's unmanned AA, so it'll destroy them. See right here, I was getting a little aggressive, so I need to pull away. I was going to fly towards the beach and go for that Venom, but I was like, no, that's not a good idea. Go after this AC-130. I found out today, apparently, that you could just leech. The person who told me said apparently it's called leeching. You smash your jet into the AC-130, and you like stay inside of it, like you're attached to it like a leech. And from there, you could just light it up until it explodes, and you'll be fine. But I've never experienced it. I've smashed into them before, and they don't blow you up, but I've never heard of that. It's the first time I've heard of it, so that's strange. Another thing, if you don't have like a lot of visuals, you want to go into first person and hit down the left trigger. For me it would be the left trigger, and then you'll go into like your first person view, and then you could look around within the cockpit, and you could actually, if you're high enough, you could see, you know, targets if they're in the water or whatever it may be. Yeah, and AC-130s are very easy targets, same with boats. If you're using that minigun, AC-130 should only take 2 strafes. One, if you could get a really good strafe on them, get some rocket pods on them. I'd recommend using the rocket pods because, like I said, heat seekers are kind of just irrelevant when it comes to jet fighting. If you're fighting against a good jet pilot, he's not really going to be fazed by heat seekers. You might get lucky once or twice, hit him, but more often than not, you will definitely die from that. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just smacking the AC-130s all the time. It doesn't blow me up, so I'm just going to keep doing it, obviously. And boats, that's another thing. The boats are really easy targets as well. I normally, if I'm high enough in the sky, I normally shoot rocket pods down on them just to figure out where they are and get the first hit markers. And then once I get closer, I start lining them up with the 30mm, because then I could do the really heavy damage, because the cannon does more damage than rocket pods. If you get a good strafe on a boat with rocket pods, you're going to do around 50 damage, maybe a little bit more, but you could just take out a boat pretty much one strafe with the cannon. So I can't stress enough, use the goddamn cannon because it is just vicious. The attack jet on maps like this are some of the most brutal vehicles. They could shut down a whole team pretty much with one good jet pilot. Or the attack jet. Because the stealth jet, it's good, but it's only good for anti-air. They say, yeah, it's more maneuverable, this and that, but when it comes down to it, you're not going to be destroying very many vehicles on the ground. The laser guided is just not enough. They definitely need to give us some rocket pods or something for the stealth jet, like it was in Battlefield 3, so you're actually useful. It could be a threat. As you can see, like one strafe there, 74 damage. So second strafe, he's guaranteed that. And I think I told Jace to finish one off, and he flew by, took him out. And this is what you don't want to do. Don't get too aggressive. Like, I kind of lost a visual of where this guy was. I thought he was further out, and sprayed him up and ended a crazy kill streak there, unfortunately. So I finally got back in, and it takes forever to get back in the jets. It seems like it takes like 90 seconds or something like that. That just takes forever. I mean, it's reasonable because, I mean, there's such a threat. Like I said, like Parasol Storm, probably the best jet map. If you want to learn how to fly a jet, you should do that like in, you know, a private match, or go to a server where you could just kind of dick around in a jet. But if you want to get a lot of kills and do well, once you figure out how to shoot and, you know, fly around a little bit, go to Parasol Storm and hope that there's not a better jet pilot on the opposite team. If there is, bring him to your anti-air. You should be good. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. A knife, and remember, don't be a bum. Alright, take care.
Spotted a hostile helicopter just west of your location.